You're still watching Q News. Here are the top stories for this hour. We start off with several civilians being killed and injured in Israeli airstrikes across various areas of the Gaza Strip. According to medical sources, the 3 people were killed in the occupation's bombing of Beit Lahia in the northern Gaza Strip while they were on their way to inspect their homes. Meanwhile, dozens were killed and others injured when the occupation bombed a 4-story residential building south of the Gaza city. A civilian was also killed in the occupation's bombing of the town of Al-Masr, northeast of the Palestinian Rafah in the south. Israeli occupation forces have arrested at least 18 Palestinians, including children, from various parts of the West Bank since last night. Palestinian media reported that the raids were accompanied by assaults, threats against the arrested civilians and their families, as well as widespread destruction and vandalism of homes. A young man from the east of Ramallah has been injured at dawn by Israeli occupation forces who fired at his vehicle in the town of Al-Mazra al-Sharqiyya east of Ramallah. Additionally, the occupation forces arrested 2 youth, both aged 17, after raiding their parents' homes in the village of Al-Mughayr, northeast of Ramallah. The occupation forces also raided a residential building near Al-Ain Mosque in the city of Al-Bira. Speaking on behalf of the Secretary General Antonio Guterres, UN spokesman Stefan Dujarric has stressed that Palestinians continue to face forced displacement while experiencing critical shortages of food and water. Dujarric added that humanitarian workers continue to risk their lives to provide assistance in the Gaza Strip. He also stated that their deaths brought the total number of humanitarian workers killed in the conflict to 341 and quoted the UN humanitarian coordinator for the occupied Palestinian territories.
Facilitated political process in line with Security Council resolution.
2 Palestinians have been killed and 1 injured after the Israeli occupation army bombed a vehicle north of Tubas. The Palestinian Red Crescent stated that the occupation forces are preventing ambulances from reaching the vehicle, while Palestinian media reported that the Israeli occupation forces have stormed the emergency department of Tubas governmental hospital. Displaced Palestinians from northern Gaza have moved to Gaza City, where they are now living in tents amidst piles of rubble and rubbish. Near Marouf's tent, there are piles of trash, waste and rubble, with overcrowded areas filled with tents lined along a main street, where other displaced families are staying with barely any basic necessities for cooking and cleaning. The United Nations Security Council will hold an emergency meeting on Syria today. The meeting was requested by the Syrian government and backed by the 3 African members of the Council of Mozambique, Sierra Leone and Algeria, along with Guyana. Six Lebanese civilians have been killed and 2 others injured in an Israeli airstrike that targeted southern Lebanon. The Lebanese National News Agency reported that Israeli warplanes targeted the town of Haris, resulting in the deaths of 6 Lebanese civilians and the injury of others. The occupation continues to violate the truce agreements that went into effect a week ago by launching a series of intense raids and airstrikes on various areas of Lebanon. Israeli military spokesperson for Arab media, Afghai has reminded people in Lebanon that they are prohibited from traveling south in their country. Adrai also listed more than 60 villages to which he said people are prohibited from returning. He added that anyone who moves south of this line puts themselves in danger. This concludes our top headlines for this hour. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates here on Q News.